Okay, so I've decided I am going to dismiss Cheese, Jake, and Caleb, who's wandering off somewhere. But I'll keep Rodney and Garmer with me. Um, yep, because I like breaking games. And it looks like Virgil is actually following us. Yeah, he's following us. Interesting. So he said the Northern Passage. Actually, it looks like I need to talk to him again? Or, oh, no. I reloaded. So, yeah, we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we killed him again, and he is not here, so he moved on. So, Northern Passage should be all the way up at the top of the map here. Uh, yep. Northern Passage. Be there in a moment. In script block. What? I have no clue what that means. Okay. Virgil?
Yes?
I'm ready to leave for Frost Hill. I need more time to prepare. What can you tell me about Marco? Why did Marco send you? Why didn't he just come and face me himself? What's your background? How did you get mixed up with Marco? Where'd you get that pet boy? Never mind. What can you tell me about Marco?
I suppose in a strange way he's not much different from you, Courier. He was forged in violence, reborn a survivor. He's not exceptional in any physical sense, nor is he the most intelligent man I've met. I suppose it's his will that sets him apart. There have been times when most men would have succumbed to defeat or even death, yet Marco won in the end. He told me about the time he was captured by raiders back east. They ate Marco's comrades and forced him into servitude. He went along with it, ingratiating himself with the leader and even proving himself as a capable cook. The raiders grew to trust him. He was eventually offered the chance to join their ranks, on the condition that he prove his ability to kill without hesitation. While he had certainly killed before, this was different. He was ordered to slaughter the family of a random farmer, a fellow by the name of Randall. Given your history with Randall, I have no doubt he's told you what transpired. Marco killed them all in front of Randall in gruesome fashion. The slavers' leader was so impressed that he made Marco his right-hand man. Marco soon exceeded all expectations as a raider. It seemed as if Marco had assimilated into this new lifestyle with no regrets or grudges, for a time. Then, they ran into a rival group of raiders.
Go on.
On the eve of their battle, Marco sedated the leader and carried him to the rival encampment. With a rapt, surprised audience in full view, Marco blinded, castrated, and paralyzed his leader, then announced his intentions. He declared himself leader of the rival tribe and would face anyone who thought himself more worthy. None challenged him. With his intimate familiarity with his original clan's tactics, Marco led his men to an easy victory. The fate of the captured raiders was grim. Most were blinded, emasculated, and crippled, much like the leader. Additionally, they were disemboweled. For days, Marco allowed his dogs to feed on the entrails of the dying men, taking care to ensure their survival long enough to extend the agony. They all died eventually, except the leader. He had a much worse fate. They say Marco carted him about for years, caged like an animal. He was a living reminder that crossing Marco could bring a fate far worse than death. No one ever questioned him.
Do you ever feel guilty about running? It's doing that thing again. Dang it. Do you ever feel guilty about running with Marco? Surely you've seen and done awful things. Why did Marco send you? Why didn't he just come and face me himself? What's your background? Okay. Do you feel guilty about what you've done?
Marco always said, man is the measure of all things. In this world, you make your own law for yourself and those closest to you. Talking about right and wrong is delusional and self-indulgent. If you had traveled and seen what I have, you'd appreciate the truth in this. Seen towns where they ate people but wouldn't let the women out in public for fear of immorality. Other places they killed kids for stealing food. Deep down, everybody has an idea about what's right. Sleeping with another man's wife? It's okay, she's unhappy. How about robbery? Oh, they're rich. Marco taught me to look within, trust my own instincts, and most importantly, to do what it takes to stay alive. He always looked after his people. So to answer your question, I don't feel guilty. There ain't no heaven or hell, just this rock. And I'll get mine while I'm here.
If I'm hearing you right, you seem to embrace being the bad guy.
I want to know what a feet-sniveling worm coined the term bad guy. Probably some spineless wretch who relied on stronger men for his safety. You know what bad means to me? It means you're strong, you endure when others listen to that pussified voice inside, lay down and die. I don't know about your world with all its nations and laws, but in my world, good is raw flesh that's stripped and eaten by the hungry. What would you do without a few bad men around? No job for starters. You're only as good as the man across from you. It's what builds you. You've smoked a few lowlifes and now you're supposed to be special? You're
Yep.
just another meatbag with an expiration date. The hubris of it, to call me bad. There will come a time when you'll wish you had more bad in you, because good lets you down in the end.
Is this all about Sergio? I have a hard time believing that Marco was close to his brother.
Why wouldn't it be about Sergio? Even bad men love their brothers. You might say their mutual interests made them closer. You're not completely off base, though. Before Sergio was killed, Marco had already heard some of the stories coming out of the Mojave. People talked about some courier who was all but unstoppable. A veritable force of nature by all accounts. That didn't sit well with Marco. I guess on some level he wants to prove that you're no better than the rest of us mere mortals. Or at least not better than him. You've been riding high since you ducked the Reaper. Maybe too high. If you aren't careful, you'll get a nasty lesson in mortality soon enough.
Why did Marco send you? Why didn't he just come face me himself? I'm pretty sure I know why. He's a wanted man and NCRs all over the place.
Do you always imagine elaborate, contrived showdowns with your antagonists? I'm afraid Marco's a touch more pragmatic in his outlook. Don't worry, he'll fight you on his own terms when the time's right. First, I have to see to his interests while he stabilizes things in Utah. He told me that Sergio came here, squared off with you in some mountain town. Didn't work out well for him, did it? Do you want Marco that badly? You have to know that it's risky going up to Utah.
Risks are unavoidable. I'll adapt and overcome, even in Utah. I don't give a damn where he's held up. I'll find him and kill him just the same. Remain silent. Risk only matters if you're truly afraid of dying. I sort of lost that feeling back in Good Springs. Yeah, I'll adapt and overcome.
To your credit, you are adaptable. Some things can't be accounted for, though. When you taste Marco's vengeance, it will cut you off at the knees. You ever seen a cripple win a wrestling match? I mean, I've seen some midgets put up a mean fight with arm bars and whatnot, but never a gimp.
Okay, you cut me off there.
Yes?
What's your backstory?
I had a non-traditional upbringing, with the requisite amount of violence for wasteland standards. Marco found me when I was a young man. I was just a thug when we met. He saw something in me, something I didn't know about myself. He just has that ability. It's uncanny. He pushed me to become more proficient at violence, but also instilled the urge to educate myself. It's amazing what learned slaves can teach you. I have no doubt I would have perished in some scrape back east if I hadn't met Marco. I would have been another anonymous, forgotten raider. Some gang members came and went, like Red Bear. They feared Marco, so their presence was usually ephemeral. There was always a core, though. We stay loyal to Marco because he wins every time, against all odds. There's profit, but also brotherhood. Is it the same with your group?
My companions stick with me out of mutual respect. My companions know to fear me, hence their loyalty. My companions are more like business partners. We're in it for profit. Don't ever talk about my companions, bub. I want to say the profit one. Yeah, we're here to make money. Big money.
So it's strictly about the caps. No relationship beyond that? Cold, but probably more efficient.
Where'd you get the Pip-Boy?
It was given to me when I came of age, so very long ago. Though it's unsightly and cumbersome, there's no questioning its value. The targeting alone has saved my skin more than a few times. Of all the paths I've walked, all the trials I've endured, it's been constant. Yes, this Pip-Boy is better than a loyal hound. Certainly superior to a wife. God, it's not even close.
Wait, you grew up in a vault?
Do you find that remarkable? Most people have rather strong assumptions about vault dwellers. We're all naive, agoraphobic shut-ins, right? Some of them never adapt to the outside, but me, I never liked being trapped. As a boy, I constantly dreamed of life beyond the vault. I escaped through literature and comic books. Never cared for school itself. My father punished me, even destroyed my books. I didn't care. I could paint grand vistas in my mind, climbing to the highest peaks while taking in real sunlight, breathing unfiltered air. My father hated his lot in the vault, working maintenance. He hated even more that I was content to spend my time withdrawn from his world. He drank a lot, beat me and my brother when things boiled over. Overseer was a real traditional type, didn't want to interfere, so nothing changed. Dad had plans for me. Maintenance and repair in the vault, an auspicious occupation. I probably would have killed myself if I'd stayed in that vault.
How did you escape the vault?
When I was 13, the water chip gave out, so we had to make contact with the outside. I wanted to leave with a scouting expedition. Dad said no. I planned on sneaking out with my kid brother. Couldn't leave him with Dad. I got caught, and the old man pummeled me unconscious. I ended up in the infirmary. Dad wound up in his cell. Didn't last, though. Overseer released him the next day. He had critical skills. You see, I found that life is a series of epiphanies. Some are minute, others hit you like a freight train. I had a big one in the infirmary. I realized that the rules would always work against me in my dreams. Somebody with money or power pulls the strings, snuffs them out. It was that realization that finally pushed me over the edge. Or made my balls drop. One night I picked up Dad's bat and bashed his kneecaps. He cried like a little girl, apologized and confessed till he was hoarse. My stepmom stayed out of it. She was a timid soul. I told them that me and my brother were leaving, and that they shouldn't bother trying to find us. Dad just sobbed and nodded. There was a skeleton crew guarding the entrance, so we slipped out before they found Dad. Don't know what became of him. Knowing what I know now, I only wish they'd finished that bastard off. He was a waste of life.
What happened after you escaped the vault?
We left at night, but it was still disconcerting at first, seeing the sky above you, like an ocean bearing down on you. You feel so small. We adjusted soon enough, just kept walking east. It was so stupid in hindsight. A couple of kids with a baseball bat, nothing more. You see, back east there aren't all these nations like you have here. It's just towns and tribes with no real order. We had no idea. I wish I could tell you we found a town and everything worked out. Not the case. We were picked up by slavers led by a man named Dickie. Dickie ran a roaming band who would lease out slaves to towns or raiding crews. To his credit, he was a sharp trader. I thought I had taken some harsh beatings, but the slavers made Dad seem like some grandma with an old switch. They were merciless. It only bothered me when they hit my brother, though. He was no more than 8 at the time, so they planned on making him a sex slave.
Oh.
I despised Dickie not because of his cruelty, but because he was always smiling, whistling, making cracks. Dad may have been an abusive cretin, but at least he imparted some mechanical know-how. That's how I got the slave collars off. We ran until our blood burned and our bare feet bled, then ran some more. Dickie was tracking us with dogs. It was closed when I spotted the town. In that moment I knew we wouldn't make it. Dickie and his crew were too fast, so I sent my brother off towards the town while I backtracked. He made it. I didn't. If I'd known what awaited me, The sheer hell of it. I might have killed myself before they took me.
What did Dickie do when he recaptured you?
What didn't Dickie do? 5 years. 5 years of hell. That's what I got for leaving the vault and saving my brother. It was work, beatings, work, and then more beatings. All the while there was Dickie's laughter. All the while I thought of my brother. I was near a man when Dickie got the idea of matching me up in the cage. That was a big draw, fighting slaves to the death. I knew it was my chance.
What happened when you fought in the cage?
I was strong enough from all the work, but I didn't know anything about real fighting. Dickie wanted to use me as bait for his stud fighter, Jay. Guy had at least 30 pounds on me, had won a dozen matches. I saw him as an obstacle to my freedom, something between me and my brother. It was one of the many lessons in the power of resolve. That man should have killed me, but I wanted it more, plain and simple. He broke one arm and half my ribs, but I ended it when I gouged his eyes and then drove my heel through his skull like it was a piece of old fruit. Dickie wasn't laughing then. I was hurt, but seeing his face was worth every break and bruise that I'd suffered. It was the first time I killed. I'm not sure what Dickie had planned for me because another man bought me on the spot. Guy named Thompson. He was all right. Thompson made me an offer. Win enough matches and I'll set you free. Win a lot of matches and you can join the crew. So I did. So I fought and I won. Every type of man, big, small, slow, fast. I found a way to kill them. It always boiled down to willpower, nothing else. Thompson was an old fellow, gruff but fair. He pushed me hard, but it paid off. He never beat me, not that I gave him reason. I respected him. He recognized the fire burning in me, knew how to harness it without smothering me. Wasn't long before I was working alongside him. After Thompson died, I was in charge. Wasn't long after that I met Marco, and the rest is history.
Never mind. Okay, let's
Yes?
see if he's got anything else to say. Nope. I am going to reload since my mouse is doing that thing again. We'll be back. Actually, I'm ready to leave for Frost Hill.
Only 250 miles to go. Let's get started.
The departure. You stand poised to depart the Mojave Wasteland for Frost Hill, Utah. It will be a long, arduous journey, and you will be unable to return until you've dealt with Marco. You will have limited access to food and munitions during your time in Frost Hill. If you're up to the challenge, inform Virgil that you are indeed ready to depart. Marco awaits. Remain in the Mojave. Depart for Frost Hill. Skip the slideshow. No, I want the slideshow. Give me a show. Let's go. Fallout New Vegas Bounties III.
It's a nice long walk to Frost Hill, so pay attention and you might learn something. Over the years, travelers have told stories of a man in black, the most dangerous killer alive, from somewhere far to the east. For you, he was merely a name, Marco. He would have remained just that, if not for a chain of events after you emerged from the grave. You squared off with the Mojave's worst, and prevailed. Some began to speak of you as a living legend of the wasteland. None of this would have mattered until you met a man named Sergio, and killed him. Then you had Marco's full attention.
That doesn't look like me.
When he heard about his brother's death, he sent me to find you, to bring you to him, so that you could settle this. Now there will be a grim meeting between you and the man in black, after which only one legend will endure. Well, we made it. Don't you love that clean mountain air? Breathe it in, savor it. Do you have anything you want me to relay to Marco?
Just tell him that I'm coming for him. Tell him I look forward to our meeting. We have a lot to talk about. Sweet revenge. Tell him I packed this pistol and I'll be using it to send him to hell. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had that gun. Tell Marco he's a flocking dead man. Remain silent. I want to talk to him.
More than you know, perhaps. No doubt he shares your enthusiasm for spirited discourse. Goodbye, courier.
Virgil has left for Marco's encampment. It is uncertain if your paths will ever cross again. Do, 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 do. Okay, guys. Chasm is saving, and we've got a map marker. It's oh, new world space. Good, good, good. Actually, I think I already knew there was a new world space. But let's walk along here, see what we can see. I'm going to make it daytime real quick. We'll be back. Okay, it's daytime again. Rodney's crouching for some reason. So I was having that issue with the... why is he crouching? Weirdo. I was having that issue with my mouse again, and I did a quick Google search, just a quick little tip. If that happens to you, go into data, change your quest, close the Pip-Boy, bring it back up, switch back to your quest, and now I can actually click on things, and so yeah. So yay, it's working again. Rodney, stand up. So yeah, we're in a new world space. We get a lot of trees, and I wish they had a big tree mod for this. Like they. Oh, hello. Ow. Oh wait, who's that? Oh, it's Stephen Randall. We found Stephen.
I'll be
Steven's
damned
alive.
if they don't try to bushwhack everybody that comes in this. Well, hellfire if it isn't my old protege, come up all the way from the Mojave Wasteland. You are a sight for sore eyes, old friend.
You're a
How the
ghoul.
hell are you? Took your sweet ass time getting here, if I may say so.
Yeah, it's been a few months since I've played. It's good to see you too. I had a few delays, but I got here just the same. I got here, didn't I? It's not exactly a quick trip. Turned into a zombie made you surly, didn't it? I got here when I could. God damn it. You're alive! I thought you were buried in the desert. I got his note, though, that said that he was alive. It's good to see you, too. I had a few delays, but I got here all the same.
Yeah, I reckon so. We got a lot of catching up to do, but we best do it back at my shack. It ain't safe out here in the open. Here's a spot on your map. It ain't much, but there's shelter and some warm beds. Stop by and I'll catch up on everything. Be careful now.
Okay. Let's see how far away this is. World map, and I don't know how big this map is, so I can't really say how far away that is, but yay! So, have you been, buddy? How's ghoulification treating you?
Go on and meet up with me at the shack. I got to get out of this goddamn cold, freezing my nuts off.
I like you. I miss you, Randall. I miss you. Okay, let's run along here. Oh, Rodney, you decided to stand up. We'll run along here and be back in a moment. Okay, I think we're here. Got a little road here. That's cool. It's funny. This snow is actually kind of making me feel like I'm in snow right now. Kind of cold. Randall and Associates, and we have people all over the place. Who are you? Who are you? Hello, ma'am.
I hear the NCR and the Kings have been getting along. That's good news for Freeside.
Yep. You talk?
Nobody knows who's gonna
No.
win, Legion or NCR.
Out of my way.
Not
Out
make
of my
much
way.
of a difference around here.
Okay, cool little location. Oops, sorry, dude. Didn't mean to jump right on top of you. Bounty hunter.
Hey there.
Hi.
Prim has a new sheriff.
I
That
don't
should
care.
keep the powder gangers away. They say the Legion's bringing in veterans from out in Arizona. They
Thorn.
must be getting ready to attack.
What do you want, shitbird?
Strength, choke him. Say shipbird one more time and I'll end you. Speech. You mind taking it easy with that shipbird routine? If you're such a professional, act like it. What's with the hostility? So, where are you from? I should get going. What's with the hostility?
Because you're a shitbird who's ridden a wave of good publicity to glory. I know it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. You're a fucking fraud.
We're frauds. I
What
like
do you
it.
want, shitbird?
You might need easing off a bit.
Okay. I was just breaking the balls, you know. You're the FMG and all. Nothing more to it.
You got a cigarette for me? Okay, here you are. Yay! I'm gonna make a house out of cigarettes. Okay, there's
Those
another
fiend junkies
person.
over at Vault 3 have been taking some hits. I say kill them all.
Veteran.
Those fiend junkies over
Okay,
at
you
Vault
just
3
said
have been taking
that.
some hits. I say kill them all.
Okay.
Those fiend junkies over
Oh,
at Vault 3 have been taking
jeez.
some hits. I say kill them all.
Stop talking. We heard you the first time. Okay, let's see here. Is it telling me to go catch up with him again? No, it's just pointing right here. Randall and Associates! Yay! And it looks a lot like the same shack he had back in the Mojave. Ford? And why did I get the wacky wasteland? Ford! Talk to me. Ford?
My name's Ford. I am Randall's #1 killer, just so you know. And who the hell are you?
I'm Leviathan. My friends call me Leviathan. You can call me Sir. I'm Leviathan. I'm friendly.
Wait, you're the courier. Holy shit! I didn't mean to come on as such a hard ass. I mean, it's just part of the business, right? You and Randall are the reason I got into this business. I read all those dime novels back when I was on the farm. Told all about you in New Vegas.
Please tell me you didn't get into this business because of something you read in a pamphlet. I'm sort of curious. What did those dime novels say? What did you actually know about hunting, bounty hunting? You don't want to be like me, kid. Yeah, tell me, what did those dime novels say?
Oh man, they tell about everything you did, and it's completely accurate. Let me get some, just a second. Oh, yeah. Sergio pressed the cold steel barrel against the captive's head. Make a move and she gets it, he muttered with serpentine rasp. With eyes that exhibited steely resolve, the courier calmly replied, "You've taken your last captive, evildoer." Sergio trembled as silence ensued. When Sergio's sweaty fingers twitched, the courier deftly lifted a pistol from its holster and loosed hot lead, effortlessly felling the outlaws. You know, how accurate is that? All of the details are in there. I mean, even Sergio's sweaty finger. What do you think?
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll leave it at that. There was no captive, and the shootout with Sergio was a damn close run thing. Most everything you just said is a fabrication. mass of drivel. You're better off reading real books. There was no captive. I'm not gonna completely shatter him, but I'll tell him there was no captive.
No captive? Why would they make that up? Well, it doesn't matter. He killed Sergio, and that's all the people care about. I still can't believe you're here.
Please tell me you didn't get into this because something you read. What do you know about bounty hunting?
I know that we're only hired to hunt down the worst of the worst, so the use of lethal force is never in question. You have to be quick, able to get the jump on the bad guys. Having a big gun helps too. I think that about covers all the major points. Say, what if I was able to tag along with you? Watch and see how it's really done. I mean, I hold my own and all, but I want to learn from the best. Well, I've got gumption and a sharp mind. I believe I would be an asset to you.
Oh, he's gonna die. Do you have a cigarette? He's gonna die. Pretty sure he's gonna die if he follows us. But yeah, let's bring him.
This is so fucking amazing. I'm actually helping you kill outlaws. Man, we're gonna be the most badass team in history.
Oh, that's hilarious. Ford has given you the Luck Beats Skill perk. Let's take a look. What is this? And it's doing that thing again. Dang it. And hopefully this works. Okay, yep, it worked again. Luck Beats Skill. Luck Beats Skill. While Ford is a companion, the player benefits from an increase in luck. Okay, that's nice. Cool.